What's up, Steelers Nation? Welcome back to the channel that keeps it black and gold 24/7. Listen, this organization is grinding. They're doing everything possible behind the scenes to get better, to perfect the roster, and to chase greatness. And that's what we're here to break down today. We've got a big update involving not one, but two major storylines, Aaron Rodgers and cornerback Asante Samuel Jr. Could the Steelers really already have a handshake deal with Rodgers? And are they eyeing a top-tier CB to plug in after July? We're diving into all of it right now. But before we go any further, if you bleed black and gold like we do, smash that like button to support the channel. It helps more Steelers fans find this content. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss the latest breaking news, rumors, and analysis from Pittsburgh. Let's start with the quarterback position, because let's be honest, we've been stuck in QB limbo for what feels like forever now. For the last 2 months, Steelers fans have been holding their breath waiting on one man, Aaron Rodgers. And, finally, we might have something close to a breakthrough. According to league insider Diana Rossini on her podcast Scoop City, the Steelers believe Rodgers is coming. Not just hope, they believe it. And according to Rossini, some NFL executives are convinced that Pittsburgh and Rodgers already have a handshake deal in place. Here's what she said. Whether or not he's going to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Chase Ray Daniel, I talked to some people within the league, and they have their theories that the Steelers know Aaron's going there. They have a handshake that he's going to be there. He just doesn't want to answer questions about not being at OTAs because he just wants to step away for now. Look, that explains a lot. Why have the Steelers been so chill about the QB spot? Why didn't they aggressively chase Kirk Cousins or Jacoby Brissett or any other free agent options in March? Well, now it all makes sense. Because if Rodgers gave them a verbal commitment, even privately, then it explains why Pittsburgh was willing to pass on other names and wait. Because they believe they have their guy. Now let's be clear. It's not 100% official. Rossini said that while the vibe in Pittsburgh is positive and people inside the building feel good about it, it's not a done deal. Yet, I can tell. From the latest conversations I've had with Pittsburgh, the sense I get is they feel good it's happening, she said. I don't feel like they think it's a done deal. So take that for what it is. But I'll tell you this. Team President Art Rooney, too, has also been dropping little breadcrumbs that point toward Rodgers. The Steelers believe this is happening. And here's why this is huge. If Rodgers signs, the entire ceiling of this team changes. You suddenly go from a fringe playoff team to a legit AFC contender. Even at 41 years old, Rodgers is a future Hall of Famer with something to prove. He's hungry, he's healthy, and more importantly, he wants to win another ring. The Steelers, with their defense, run game, and upgraded O-line, might be the best situation left. So now we wait. And yeah, it's exhausting. But the Steelers are confident, and that alone is something. All right, let's shift gears real quick to the defensive side of the ball, because there's another name fans need to watch over the next couple months, Asante Samuel Jr. Yes, that Asante Samuel Jr. The 25-year-old former Chargers corner is still on the market, and according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, there's a reason for that. Samuel had neck surgery in April and isn't expected to even consider signing with a new team until after his next medical checkup in July. So, no, there's nothing imminent right now. But that doesn't mean Pittsburgh isn't watching closely. This guy was a second-round pick out of Florida State in 2021, started 47 games and logged 6 interceptions in 3 seasons. He's got pedigree, instincts, and bloodlines. He's the son of former Pro Bowler and Super Bowl champ Asante Samuel Sr. When healthy, Samuel Jr. is a physical corner who's not afraid to challenge receivers and jump routes. He plays with confidence and swagger, and frankly, he would fit perfectly with what the Steelers want to do defensively. Let's not forget, Pittsburgh already made some moves at corner this offseason, signing Darius Slay and Brandon Echols, and drafting Dante Kent in the 7th round. But outside of Joey Porter Jr., they still don't have a true lockdown guy under the age of 30. If Samuel's price tag drops due to injury concerns, he could be a bargain steal in late July. And don't think Omar Khan isn't watching. He's proven he loves adding value signings late in the offseason when other teams are sleeping. If the medical's clear and the price is right, this could be a sneaky good move for Pittsburgh, especially if they're loading up for one or two last runs with Rodgers at the helm. Let's not forget about Will Howard either, because here's the truth. Regardless of what happens with Rodgers, the Steelers need to be grooming Howard as the QB2, starting now. This kid was a national champion at Kansas State, and he's got the tools. Big arm, mobility, confidence. He's raw, yes, but the ceiling is high. And if Rodgers signs, great. You put Howard behind him and let him develop while soaking up knowledge from a first-ballot Hall of Famer. But Mason Rudolph? We've seen enough. We know what he is. Howard should be QB2, and if Rodgers doesn't sign, you start Rudolph week 1. But don't wait long. Howard needs reps, practice reps, preseason snaps. Get him ready, because by mid-season, he could be the guy. Steelers. Nation, we need to talk. Wide receiver George Pickens, one of the most electric and controversial talents in Pittsburgh's recent history, is gone. Traded to the Dallas Cowboys in a move that has left many fans stunned and searching for answers. The Steelers, in return, received multiple future draft picks, a haul that could play a huge role in shaping this team over the next few years. But let's be real. This isn't just about draft capital. This is about identity. Pickens was more than just a wideout. He was a statement, a symbol of swagger, and at times, frustration. But there's no denying his playmaking ability on the field. And the man who spoke up loudest about this move? None other than Cam Hayward, the heart and soul of this team. On his podcast, Not Just Football, Cam Hayward made it clear that the trade blindsided him just like it did the rest of us. Here's what he said. Would I have liked to see George and DK play together? Yeah, but hopefully there's something in the works. That last part, something in the works, has fans buzzing. What does Cam know? Is there a move brewing behind the scenes? Could Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin be cooking up something to reshape the receiver room? Let's break it all down. The Pickens trade comes after the Steelers made a massive splash by acquiring DK Metcalf from Seattle for a second round. Pick and locking him down with a 5-year, $150 million deal. That's WR1 money, folks. And DK deserves it. Metcalf brings elite speed, size, and experience. But the plan, at least what we all thought, was to pair him with Pickens, not replace him. The combo of Pickens and Metcalf had fans dreaming of a 1-2 punch that could rival any duo in the league. Big bodies, deep threats, attitude, and highlight reels every Sunday. But now, that dream is gone, and we're back to square one. Metcalf and a whole lot of question marks. So what exactly are the Steelers thinking here? Now that Pickens is gone, the WR depth chart looks, well, unproven. Metcalf is the clear-cut number 1. No doubt about it. But behind him, we've got a mix of youth, inconsistency, and opportunity. Calvin Austin III. Fast, shifty, but undersized. Can he handle a WR2 role? Van Jefferson. A recent addition, but he's been more of a rotational guy in the past. Scotty Miller. A role player with speed, but not a featured target. Rookie sleepers? Maybe one of the undrafted or practice squad guys emerges, but that's a tall order. That's where Pat Freiermuth comes into the equation. With Pickens out, look for number 88 to become a safety valve and a volume target in this offense. He's been consistent, tough, and reliable. Exactly what a young or new quarterback will need in 2025. Here's where things get real. The Steelers are set to kick off their mandatory offseason programs, including OTAs and minicamp, and this will be a proving ground for the new-look offense. It's where we'll start to see who clicks with DK Metcalf. It's where we'll find out if Calvin Austin can elevate his game, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get a hint about whether another wide receiver move is coming. Remember, free agency isn't over. There are still veterans out there. names like Michael Thomas, Tyler, Boyd, or even Jarvis Landry. None of them are long-term WR1s anymore, but as WR2s, they'd help. Or maybe the Steelers look to make another trade. Cam Hayward's comments seem to suggest something's still cooking, and we know this front office doesn't sit still for long. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room, Aaron Rodgers. That saga is still unfolding. According to league insider Diana Rossini, there's a growing belief in NFL circles that Rodgers is already committed to Pittsburgh in a handshake deal. He's just staying out of OTAs and the spotlight for now. If that's true and Rodgers really is on board, then everything changes. This offense gets a massive upgrade. DK Metcalf becomes a fantasy monster. Freiermuth becomes elite, and whoever steps up as WR2 will benefit big time. But if Rodgers backs out, then the Steelers need to figure out how to support Mason Rudolph or Will Howard, and both will need as many weapons as they can get. Cam Hayward has been a voice of reason and leadership on this team for over a decade. He's not the type to throw out empty hope. So when he says hopefully there's something in the works, we should take that seriously. This team may have lost a star, but it might not be finished building just yet. And maybe that's what this trade was really about. Clearing the path for one more big move. Maybe a receiver, maybe a quarterback, maybe both. All right, Steelers fans, let's bring it home. There's a lot to chew on today. From Aaron Rodgers potentially having a secret handshake deal with the front office, to Asante Samuel Jr. quietly becoming a name to watch post-July, the Steelers are far from done this offseason. The quarterback situation might finally be coming to a conclusion, and the cornerback room could get another key piece. All of this points to one thing. This team is still building, still improving, and still locked in on chasing number 7. So now I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think Rodgers has already made a secret agreement with the Steelers? And would you take a chance on Asante Samuel Jr. once he's medically cleared? Let me know your thoughts. I'll be reading and replying to as many as I can. And before you go, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the update, and hit that subscribe button if you're not already part of the family. We've got non-stop coverage coming your way every week as we get closer to training camp. Until next time, stay loyal, stay loud, and as always, here we go, Steelers Nation.